We're live, we're live, we're live. We're doing a live broadcast on YouTube at Adonis Johnson. That's on YouTube. We're shooting live, we're streaming live, and we also streaming live from Facebook Live, right? I'm so excited about today's broadcast, this message that's coming across. I always say there's a difference between a message and the message. A lot of times people go through the world, they look for people to hear a message, right? I'm going out into the universe because I believe that I really have the message. So for some of us that will connect to me, you will connect to me different from other people because we are linked together for something special and something great. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mighty Monday Meltdown. I'm your transformation coach slash self empowerment coach slash author of I Am My Life coach, Adonis D. Johnson. And we meet up in the 7 o'clock hour. What's going on? Hello. We meet up in the 7 o'clock hour. Um, and we have a gathering, right? A gathering where we can hear something different. This is the beginning of our week, right? We're closing out the weekend, what done already happened, and we're trying to reset and tune up, right? You know, there's different sayings I will use, and I don't mean to offend anyone. So if you might be offended, or if you think that I kind of rubbed you the wrong way with something I said, then let me apologize to you now because at some point we got to do better. At some point, the conversation has to change. At some point, you have to really put your feelings in your pocket and you really have to get the message from the message and look at it from that angle and not a message, right? Sometimes we go into facilities, we go into places, and we have expectations. Isn't it amazing? We put expectations on people we do not know. We put expectations on people we do not know, right? Meaning we trust them to provide for us. We trust them to lead us in the right direction. We trust them to talk to God for us. We trust them to lead us in relationship. You get it. You're my man. You the head. I'm gonna follow you, the leader, right? Where did you learn this from? You learned this as a youth. You learned this when I get my husband. I want to be submissive. You try all this practicing, which really is no practicing, and you have all these things embedded and encoded in your mind, and you having it running at the same time. And what you're missing is that this stuff requires work, right? For some of us, I just take a different approach. That approach is called the alternate route. It's nothing new. It's just a different way. But for some of you, you took the alternate route at the very beginning. You didn't want to listen to the rules that your parents laid down, right? You didn't want to go by what your boss said at work or whoever your manager was at work, right? You decided to do what you want to do, how you want to date it. And in return, you end up pregnant, right? Mother before it's your time. You end up in debt, right? Before you had a decent job or a career, you wasn't able to finish school or something to that nature. One false move literally threw yourself in a different direction, and you've been going in another direction. You angry, right? You're not supposed to be angry, but you find out that you got anger issues, but you still don't know it's your issue and not someone else's. You got bad management skills where you don't manage your money well, you don't manage your time well, you don't manage your relationship well, you don't manage your emotions well. All these things affects you as an individual. I speak to you as an individual. Why this particular feed is open and why this broadcast is coming straight to you. Simple. Watch this. If there's a difference between preaching and teaching, sometimes every time somebody says something powerful to you, you cannot say, you preaching now. Preach, church. Listen, There's a difference, okay? Preaching is publicly, right? That's an open thing, right? That's just kind of like it's not you that they're talking to. They're talking to an atmosphere. And in that atmosphere, if you don't really have no grounding, you can just jump up and it'll take you wherever it takes you to, right? And long as it's not in the same place, some of you willing to go anywhere, right? Oh, that's me right there, right? Oh, that's me right there. So preaching is more in the universe. I ain't really telling you about yourself. I'm not having no one-on-one. I really don't know what you do, don't know why you do what you do, and you sitting there, well, you should ask me. No one will never ask you. On Sunday, nobody don't ask you, right? Maybe at the end, when they do the benediction or something, they say, do you need prayer? And what is it that you need prayer for, right? It's like, wow, well, man, what is it that I need prayer for, right? Some of you not even prepared to even answer that question. What do you need prayer for? What do you need prayer for, right? That's more so preaching. Teaching is more personal. Teaching meaning the gift that I have, I look to make it stick. I look to do the work. I want to dig down. I want to plant what I'm planting, cover it up, and let it do what it's supposed to do. But there was some specific instruction that was given to you in scriptures, right? I like to use scriptures because I feel that scriptures uses me, right? And it says the faith of a mustard seed. I wanted to plant that. The faith. You only need the faith of a mustard seed. And why do I use that as my grounding point right now? Because even as a mustard seed, whatever seed that's a seed, it has to bust open. That means it has to open up and it has to transform into something else. I need you to pay attention to what I just said. The faith of a mustard seed is planted faith. It needs to bust open and it changes form. Many of you, I'm going to challenge you on many sides. I'm going to challenge you on the faith side, and I'm also going to challenge you on the manifestation side, right? I was listening to this song. I tried to catch it again, right? It was amazing because the end of this song, right? Listen to this. Listen to this. Healing for your soul. Healing for your soul. I think that this song at the end will bless a lot of us before we leave. Because if there's healing for the soul, then what is your soul? I argued a point with someone and I stated that no, God didn't really give you the soul now. That's who you are. Your soul makes up your thinking. Your soul makes up your free will. I can do what I want to do. Man, hey, I can do what I want to do. And your feelings and emotion, those things make up your soul. And just to hear this song state that there's healing for your soul, it just caught me and I had to run it back, right? So let me go and get us on the right track and get us going, right? Everything that goes on, everything that goes on in life requires, everything that goes on in life requires you to be active, to be involved, right? For me, myself, you don't want to go out and just live life aimlessly, right? Like we have done already. A lot of us, we done already made relationship with man. We learn man before we learn God. That's the biggest problem. That's the truth right there. But you just can't leave it like that. You just can't tell somebody, here's our problem, and then you leave it unchecked because nothing in your mind tells you that you have a problem. Nothing in your mind tells you that you need healing. Nothing in your mind tells you that you got deliverance. Nothing in your mind even can tell you that you are saved, right? I had several conversations with some people. Hello, Sonia. I had several conversations with some people this week, and I was talking about being saved, and they was asking me some questions. They was questioning me, of course, about the feed, the broadcast, and how we're going to get bigger when I invite people on. And I'm letting them know, hey, the Invisible Crown Army, we here. I need to get them introduced. I need to get them in position and all this particular stuff. But let's just get back to this save thing, right? I told them, they argued their point. I listened to their point, and I want people to be saved, right? I want to make sure people are saved. I just didn't know that you was really going to be saved through this particular feed right now, this broadcast. Let's be clear about this. Let's be clear about this point, right? Some people, when I asked them, you're not really saved, right? You think you saved, but you're not. And they was really shocked for me to say such a thing. How can you say I'm not saved? You don't tell me I'm saved. I said, what makes you saved, right? If you believe you something, you got to tell me. Now, that ain't no faith of a must see. You got to tell me what makes you saved. And they could not answer, right? And it's amazing. It's crazy because when it was done, I wanted to use your imagination right now. I said, do you believe that when you said, hey, come into my right, whatever, that makes you saved, right? But scripture says faith without work is dead. So if I had faith, right, that when I said, Jesus, you come into my heart, and with that right there, that saved me, right? But it's the work. Where is the work, right? For some of us, we have no work, right? We have no work. We're not performing. We're underperforming, right? We need a sign that said need work, right? Not just out of order. No, need work, right? A lot of people say, I know I'm working on myself. That's not the sign. You don't need to be working on yourself. You need a sign that said, I need work. What that means, if you was looking for a job, you will want to go find places to say, are you hiring, right? Why? Because I'm looking for work. I'm looking for work. But some of us, our life says need work. What need work mean? We need Christ. We need Christ. What makes you saved? I told this individual, let me tell you what makes you saved. That's when you was blind to how this thing worked, when you was blind to the way the world worked, when you was blind understanding preaching goes publicly, relationship and teaching goes privately. Jesus was a teacher, right? He was called teacher more than Messiah, right? He was a teacher, right? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? A teacher, the prophet, they're teaching you how to hold your position, teaching you how to move, right? Well, listen to me. I don't even want to go no further because I can't go further until I make sure that we on the same page right now. I don't think I'm better than anyone. We don't have to, you don't have to like me. I don't have to like you. We don't have to go to the same church. We don't have to be in the same facility. We don't have to be in the same area, but we can agree on this one thing. You got goals. I got goals. You got things you want. I got things I want. You want peace. I want peace. You don't want drama. I don't want drama. So listen, we can agree on that right there. And if we can agree on that right there, then hold on for a second. Here's my little deal I'm going to make with you right now. I'm going to call a timeout. I'm going to call a timeout on the battlefield. The battlefield is called life. Whose life? It will be your life as well as mine. That's why I come on here, right? But in doing so, as we get into this huddle, right, Adonis D. Johnson, I cannot live life without a relationship. My relationship is personal. My personal relationship is how I'm able to connect to individuals, right? Individuals, and some individuals can connect to me through my relationship. Listen at that. The relationship is Christ right now, right? So I just want to be Christ-like for a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call down the Spirit, and I'm going to ask the Spirit, can it take its place, right? Where I'm at right now, right? So right now I ask, if you don't mind, right now I ask, right? God, that you will send your Spirit right now. Yeah. We in a timeout. You know exactly where we at. We know who's here right now. We know who's on their way right now. We can't live life right now. We come before you because there's no one we could come before right now. We have to address ourselves, and today we address ourselves where we stand at. At this point, God, we have not done everything that we should have done right now. Some of the things we should have moved on, acted upon, we did not, God. We said things out of our mouth we should not have said. We thought thoughts that we should not have thought. Some of us still walking around here thinking that we got it all together, and come to find out today, we got it all wrong. You told us to go left, we went right. You said shut up, we kept talking. You said sit down, we stood up. That shows that we don't have a relationship with you. But today, God, I ask that you will arrest this huddle right now. You will be present. Send down your angels, send down the army, and allow them to secure this broadcast right now. We need you right now. We need you because there's no one else that can help us get past this thing called myself. Some of us, we having trouble with getting over self, getting around self, because we are stuck. We stuck in the way that we was taught. We stuck in a way that we was led. And right now, God, we ask ask that you would disable any working that's working against us right now, even if it's ourselves working against ourselves right now, God. We decrease right now, and we ask that you will increase. This is through faith right now, right now. So, God, I ask you that you will have your way in us right now. Allow your peace to fall fresh on us right now. This is a divine time. You know exactly where we at. You know what we need and when we need it. And the reason why we here is because we need to know that you are with us and that we are with you, and we need access. We need access to go in you and through you to get our heart desires. I recognize some people done lost their way. They done lost their vision. They done lost their desire. They done lost the future. They done lost the goals. They done lost the path. And right now, God, they went blind somewhere. A relationship made them go blind. People made them go blind. Church made them go blind. Religion made them go blind. And right now, they can't see where they at. They can't see how they got there. But God, I ask that you will open up their eyes right now. Restore their sight so they can see that they need to be able to accomplish the things that you will have them to accomplish. That's the way that they give you glory. That's the way that you get your praise. You get your praise by taking them to another level. But if they get stuck at the level they have always been in, there's no honor in that. So God, today, I ask that you restore the vision. I ask today, God, that you allow us to start speaking right now, because we have been mute. Some people are mute when it comes down to finances. They mute when it comes down to the matters of the heart. They mute to the things they participate in. They mute when it comes down to the spirit. Even asking a question when it comes down to you, God. They want to ask a question, but there's no one to give them an answer. Yay. So we ask that you will open up their mouth right now, that they begin to speak. Speak that thing as not as though it were. They speak because it's you, God, that's asking the question as well as providing the answer. Yay. So we're grateful, God, that you are here. You are here now powering us up. You're providing for us right now, God. We also need to be able to not be deaf right now. So we need the ears to be enabled. You said deliverance comes from hearing, and hearing is the word. And right now, God, we need to hear this word. This word is the word that's coming, and only you can be speaking it right now. So right now, God, I ask that you will enable our ears, that when we hear you different now. We hear you telling us what we need to do right now. We hear you telling us to get out, get up, get out, get moving, and press our way on through right now, because we done been stuck long enough. Yeah. We thank you, God, that you're clearing the path for us right now. You're removing any debris right now. Thank you that anything that the Father does not plant in our life will be uprooted. And right now, God, you have taken things out of our life, taken people out of our life, taken tradition out of our life, took things out of our life that will hinder us or hold us back. And we're grateful for that right there, God. Remove any distraction. Block the line right now, God. Yeah. Your power reign. You reign in us and through us. And while you're doing it for us, God, we give you total access to go in us and through us to affect anybody that's connected to us right now. Affect our children, affect our family, affect our community, affect anybody that knows us, any environment that we go to. Bless the table, God, because we sit at the table. And when we sit at the table, we bring your glory. We bring your glory, God. We bring your light right there. Bless the table we sit at. Everybody that's here in this huddle, we are as one right now. We are as one because God is knitting us together, and all we need to do is believe. Believe for something better. Believe for something greater. Believe that better is on his way, and we walking right now towards it. We are moving in the right direction. He's showing us exactly what we need to do. Yeah, because his name is on the line right now. He get honor when they honor you. He get praise when they praise you for showing up right now. And that's what time it is. You showing up for yourself, and that right there is worthy. You worthy, God. You're worthy to be praised, because right now, God, you are in total control of our life right now. We release anything we done signed up for, knowingly or unknowingly, any contracts. We ask, God, that you can evaluate it. Some of the stuff we agreed to, we don't even know the penalties that goes with it. Yeah. But we ask that you will advocate on our behalf. You will be our lawyer. You will free us from this thing, free us from this guilt, free us from this sin, free us from these matters of the heart that don't matter when we going forward right now. We need to be released of the things that's behind us. We need to be released from falling into the same traps that we keep falling into over and over again. Some of us, God, don't know how to say no. We don't know how to say no, and because we're dealing with some special type of people in the world right now. But even in your prayer, God, you said, lead us. We asked, even in your prayer, Lord, you said, lead us not into temptation. We shouldn't be tempted by anything. That's how you know relationship. That's how you know when you got a connection. There's no temptation. There's no temptation when the Lord is present. We have a relationship and we're not tempted to do anything but honor God. That's it. That's all. Yeah. And deliver us from evil. Because he is the kingdom. He's the glory. He's the power. In his name. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Now listen, guys. Amen. There y'all go. I got to kick this thing and I got to get in full gear because I got off to a slow start. Amen to everybody that's making their way. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. I'm already having a breakout right now. This is a breakout type of season for us right now. I need y'all to get ready right now. This is a breakout. You have to get ready for the gathering. The gathering season is for all the things you need in order to close out this thing called life. When it comes down to your life, you are the MVP. You are the one that's about to orchestrate how this thing needs to play out and how this thing needs to work. I'm not even going to play with you, but I will challenge you. I don't come to agree with the way you think. I come to challenge the way you think. Why do I want to challenge the way you think? So you can get something new. You need to get something new. This is how it was set up. This is how it was designed. We will become teachers, right? Teachers, right? Teachers is personal. Personal means relationship, ownership. Ownership is what allows you to have a relationship. It's what you sharing. I put in the post that we need to pay attention to the sign that says need work. Some of you, faith without work is dead. You have been going into a place to try to build your faith up, thinking your faith is off the chain, but your work is not there. You have no work and you need a sign on you that literally says need work. You need work in order to be able to be fruitful and prosperous in the things that you're doing, or you're going to keep asking for mercy. Mercy, 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 mercy. Remember, Jesus is married to the backslider. Backslider is because you keep repeating what you already done. You keep repeating what you already done. You keep repeating what you already done. So you stay in mercy. You ain't seen grace. You heard it was grace and mercy, grace and mercy. You call on mercy more than you call on grace because you never seen grace, because you keep doing what you want to do. It's like doing the Reebok and you turn like this and you don't turn back. You looking at that way. And Jesus right behind you. Then you turn back around and you look and you like, oh, wait a minute. Turn back. Jesus right there. My point that I'm trying to let you understand, this is the wrong time to be doing the Reebok, trying to sit here and figure it out and turn the opposite. There's no running. At this point, you are being called. You are being called to a higher point of performance. It's time for you to perform. Perform meaning you have to do the work. You have to carry the glory. You have to bring the honor. You have to bring the praise. At the end of the day, when you look at your work, let's just call it the seed. A seed, Jesus Christ said, the faith of a mustard seed. If you think about the seed, all you need to know is the seed got to be bust open and it will change form. Some of you crack when the form starts to change, when your feelings get involved, when you get that, and then something else come out because you don't have no practice. You don't have no practice and you need a sign. The sign said, need work, okay? Need work. It could say out of order, but some of you so busy looking for what's out of order and you ain't looking at yourself. So you forget that self needs to be present in anything that you do. Let me break this down real quickly for the room right now. Me being a self-empowerment coach, I'm only assigned to empower you. This is how I'm giving my time up with other people. I'm dedicated to this because I realize as long as I'm on earth, I need to constantly refine myself, pump myself up, encourage myself, right? I need to constantly motivate myself. So I dropped a clothing line called Motivate Me. Everything I put on, everything I do has something to do with empowering me. Why? Because everything I participate in, I have to give 100% because I'm participating in this right here. For some of you, you have not governed and managed the things you participate in right now. So I'm going to show you in the recap on how we need to do some things and some of the problems that's occurring for us. Like I said, teaching is personal. Preaching is publicly. Publicly does not apply to you, so you won't pick it up like you need to pick it up. Some of you, you need a one-on-one with a counselor, with a psychiatrist, with somebody, not your girlfriend, not your boyfriend, not somebody that's in your family member. They're not skilled. They don't have enough skill to address your cargo. Now, Christ is who you need to get to, but that's relationship. And for some of us, we don't have the relationship, so we blind. If you blind to dating, you're blind to relationships, you're blind because you feel like I've been hurt before, you're not saved, okay? Let's just call it for what it is. Why do I want to call it for what it is? Because if you can confess and change your confession, then your tomorrows will be better than your past. But if you keep lying to yourself, then you're going to keep repeating the same routine and you're going to die. You're going to be dead, or you're not going to get the things that you need. Dead don't mean in no grave. Dead means don't expect to have life. Don't expect to add life. You see, when you go out into the world, you should add to the environment that you participate in, not be a liability, not take away. You shouldn't drain energy. Remember, on the Rude Awakening, I stated anything that has a connection gives power. Anything that has an attachment takes power. For some of you, the reason why you keep attaching yourself to other people is because you don't have the work. The work. You need work. Faith without work is dead, right? So we're going to get into what a workmanship is, right? We're going to get into what a workmanship is, and I'm going to take you through a few scriptures just to prove to you exactly what I'm talking about. I thank everybody for joining me. If my voice escalates, that's my coaching voice. I have a coaching voice. That's a certain way that I talk to myself. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to be real. You here to be real. The only way to get the results you desire out of life is you have to be real with the situation. Let's start here. What if we got it wrong? What if the way we've been walking been totally so you can discover who you are today? But some of us, we don't want to believe that this new stuff that's going on right now, you know what I mean? It's like, this ain't how I was taught. That's the whole point. The way you was taught was in order to get you to make a choice on your own. To make a choice on your own gives you your own personal relationship so that you can go out and manage your life again. For a lot of us, we messed up life because we started relationships with man meaning human beings. We started being involved, being engaged financially. We didn't have a financial planner. We didn't care. We just bought things, signed our names up for everything. And we did not know God like that. We didn't know him like that. We did what we thought that was in the best. For some of us, I argue the point as a child. If your parents took you to church all the time, you probably made a vow in church. If I ever get older, I'm not sending my kid to church like this. This is torturous, right? And you got the kid in church, right? And the kid just miserable. That kid was you. And now you done got older and look at you. You here doing the same thing, a little more mature, but where is your labor? Where is your work? Where is the things that represent you? Now, I'm not talking about everybody, but I have to address the ones who think he ain't talking to me because I got labor. It's the ones connected to you. Christ is relationship. We shall always be open to connect with other individuals. Some people don't have a service provider. They cannot connect. So they are an attachment. And I can understand why you will feel the way that you feel, right? I can understand. But this is a time that we need a sense of relief. A sense of release. A relief is nobody needs to advocate for you at this point. That's why I'm setting you up with ownership. I'm setting you up with ownership. I am my life coach, right? It was created. It's a self-affirmation. It was created to help give you an inner concept to build your foundation on. To build your foundation of I am my life coach, right? It blocks off things that might try to come at you in the unseen. There's a seen and there's an unseen. Like your goals. The purpose of writing goals down, right? He said, write it down and make it plain. When you write your goals down and make it plain, it's easy for you to remember, right? It's easy for you to accomplish them. Plain meaning don't complicate it, right? Make it plain meaning this is what I need to do. Like some people on their goals, they might have, I need to exercise patient, right? I need to be patient. So you write it. What you're writing is a program. You're writing a program. I need to be patient. That's not correct. It should say, I need to exercise patience. That means you're talking to yourself. I Am My Life Coach is set up so you can talk to yourself. And when you talk to yourself, yourself actually hears you and says, yes, Lord, I hear you. Your wish is my command. I am not about to be going back and forth with no one. Absolutely. Remember, you said earlier, don't go back and forth with them. Cut them off. You don't need them. I Am My Life Coach allows this to happen. Ownership. Ownership will bring you straight to relationship with Christ. It will run you straight into Christ with relationship. Remember, I can do all things through Christ, right? That's relationship. Not I can do all things through my membership with my church group, right? It's all was set up as a design so that when I come and introduce this to you at this point in time, you will accept this thing, move this thing, and let it take root in your life, and you will remember, I Am My Life Coach is my inner concept. This is what you should have been reminding yourself every step of the way. Don't worry, because listen, we all been down that path, okay? Some of us know it so well that we just tired of being sick and tired of being tired. We just tired of that. We're so tired of it, but you need something to take its place. You need something different. So I designed 3 little modules to help you understand this breakdown, right? 1, you learn something. 2, you unlearn what you learned, right? 3, you relearn, right? Learn, unlearn, relearn. Got that? Okay. Program, install, uninstall, reinstall, right? Okay. For this feed line, just like install, that's self-realization. Self-realization meaning no one never had a conversation with you about you. You never spoke about what's actually going on and what you need to do with the right individual. You cannot just vent your life out in the public and you don't get no response because you are not handling your affairs properly. No one told you to do this, right? Okay. 2, uninstall. That's self-discovery. The things you discovered now is realizing nobody was listening to you. No one was hearing what you had to say. That's when you discover, like, wait a minute, how do I know more about them and they know nothing about me? That's self-discovery. You realize you love somebody, like I know some people say, hey, I love Pastor, that's nothing wrong with loving somebody being themselves. But do that person that you say you love you? Some of you will break out of a relationship if that person said, hey, you love me, but I don't love you. What? You don't love me? Then we ain't together. You see, you want to throw your love on somebody for being them, but you have not created the work to make somebody love you. Whatever it is that you do, you have to work what it is that you do. That's called a sense of direction, right? So I want to get into the scripture because I got a few of them that I need to break down. This is not a Bible study, but you do understand I need some point of references to assist me with communicating with you. I need some point of references, right? So I'm going to use 2 points of references to help me with this thing, which is 1 will be Job. I'm showing you something for your sake, right? As well as my own. Go to Job. Job 1. Job 1, verse 7, right? Wait. Verse 6. This is beautiful. Verse 6. Okay, vitamin water. Okay, somebody said take some water. How do you know I had vitamin water? Oh boy, I better get out of my house. Listen to this. Job 1. One day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord. The army of angels. You got that? Y'all see us? Monday meltdown. we're presenting ourselves before the Lord. Do y'all see this? Invisible crown army, invisible angels, right? We don't have to wait till we get some wings and say we got some wings. No, we're going to do what we need to do here because we just need to make sure we get the things that we desire. I don't know what you desire, but you better desire something. Because when your sight come back, you can see now, right? That makes you saved. You can hear now, right? That makes you saved. You can talk now, right? You can talk for who? You can't talk for everybody else. You only can talk for you. That makes you saved. And by that, we are saved because we're communicating. We're communicating. We lost our signal. Christ came to restore, right, the sight to the blind, right? I can see now, right? He came for the lost. We lost connection somehow. We couldn't hear. We didn't hear nobody talk about my life. I need somebody to pray for me. Ain't nobody available. I need to speak. Nobody hearing me. He came for this, right? Watch this. It says on verse 6, one day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. Some of you better hear me and hear me good. The enemy is always by you, okay? Satan came in the presence, and the Lord was there, okay? The Lord. Watch this. Where have you come from? Goes to show you the Lord did not know where Satan, where you come from, right? Some of you got some ninjas connected to you now. They are the transporter of Satan, the devil, right? Their connections will bring something into your life that you do not want. You better be on guard. And I'm helping you out with this right now. Watch this. Satan answered the Lord. Satan did not answer the individual. There's a Lord that's relationship that speaks to the enemy. Meaning you never have to worry about the enemy because the Lord will always address him on your behalf. That's if you have a relationship. But for some of us, we think we have what we do not have, and that's why we don't get it, because we think we already have it. Me, personally, my humiliation is this right here. When I thought I had it, I really didn't. It took for me to go through hell and hot water, be by myself, be wrote off, sit there by myself, start talking to myself, about to go crazy, take my eyes closed, sitting here in this hospital, rocking, and then the Lord showed up and said, hey, what's up? You want to talk? Sure. And I'm talking to myself, and guess what? I am my life coach, was birthed. And now that I know that it brings forth ownership, he's using me to come back and give you that same rights so you can be able to live the type of life that you want to live, to be in the relationship that you want to live in, to know what you bring into the table is just as important as what you taking from a table. You can choose the table long as you don't allow the table to choose you. You can't sit at anything and you can't be with anybody at this point. At this point, you don't need naysayers. You don't need religion people. You don't need membership people. You need people that realize that if you wrong, they're going to check you. If you wrong, that you don't need people that's going to tell you what you want to hear. You need people that's going to tell you what you need to hear. For some of us, we think God is all talk. We think he just talk. You don't know God is actions. And I'm going to show you. Watch this. The Lord is why he sent. God sent the Lord to handle his business. That's why Jesus said, I'm here to do my Father's will. And for some of us, we ain't understanding. Jesus is the one that's after us and about to take some stuff down if you don't get yourself together, okay? Don't worry about the devil. Watch this. The Lord is talking to the devil. The Lord is talking to Satan, okay? Watch this. Verse 8, then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? For some of you want to be a servant. I'm serving in the deacon ministry. I'm serving in my church. I'm a servant on the board. You the servant, okay? Watch this. There is no one on earth like him. Now, why would Jesus know this? Jesus knows this because of the relationship he has with him. That's how faith and the work lines up. Let me show you the work. There is no one on earth like him, right? Because the Lord knows what he has, because he worked with the Lord and the Lord works with him. Watch this. He is blameless and upright. A man who fears God and shuns evil, right? Does Job, listen to the devil. Does Job fear God for nothing? Satan replied that. Do you understand this part? Everybody believes in God. I believe in God. I got God. It's the relationship with Christ is what you do not understand yet. But I'm going to give it to you because that's why you are on this feed line at this time right now, right? Watch this. Watch the drop. Have you not put a hedge around his head? There go his thinking. Remember your soul, thinking, free will, and feelings and emotions, right? Haven't you put a hedge around his head? That means he controls his thoughts. He makes his own choices and decisions. Remember, take off the old and put on the new, right? I'm creating you, put on the mind of Christ. That's the hedge, the mind of Christ, meaning I can do. Adonis Johnson, whatever your name, can do all things. Through who? Through this relationship. But some of you don't have this relationship. You want that relationship, the one that's no relationship. You want that membership. You want to be able to come in there and say, I paid my this. I done all this right here. Man, I passed the food today. I'm going to that's the relationship you want. And that's no relationship. That's membership. That's membership. Membership gives you access to come in that building and participate and watch people worship whatever. I don't know what they worshiping. I don't know who they worshiping. But at the end of the day, it ain't about what they worshiping. It's what you worshiping. It's what you worship and who you worshiping. Are you worshiping man? Do you like how he has a relationship with God? But why you don't have a relationship? That's the question. You hearing his relationship. That's why he on stage. Hey, blah, 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 blah. And God said. But what did God say to you? That's a sign that you're deaf. Why you can't talk to other people about God and they want to listen? That's a strike against you too. That means you can't talk. Why can you not see that you speaking in plural? We, they, us, them, they, always talking about us. No, why you can't speak for yourself? Why do you have a problem with everybody else? Why? Because they talk about God or they drink or they do whatever they doing. How do you know so much about somebody else's business? Because you don't govern your own business. And this is what I'm saying. That's membership. Membership just tells you what's going on with everybody else, but it does not give you the relationship to speak about what's going on with you. So watch this. Verse 10. Have you not put a hedge around his head, right? And his household and everything he has. Didn't I tell you when you get relationship, everything you connect to, everything is covered and protected, right? By who? By you, by the position that you hold. Some people don't want to hear what I'm saying to you, but you have to hear it to be obedient to the relationship, right? Watch this. And if it's not for you, then it's for somebody that's being sent to you or somebody that's going to be connected to you. That's why we have to continue to meet up. We have to constantly meet up and have the conversation that's different from everyone else, right? So watch this last little part before I shift. It says, you have blessed the work of his hand, right? So that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. If the Lord has blessed his hands, that means his hands is what does the work. Who's contesting to this? Who's witnessing to this? The devil. Satan is witnessing that God, you blessed his hand. How did he know this? Because he's going to and from. The devil works 24/7. When God asked the devil, what you doing? He said, I'm looking for somebody. How did you get in here? He said, I was been going. He said, listen, verse right here. Hey, devil, Satan, where did you come from? Verse 7. Satan answered the Lord, from roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered? In other words, he's going to send Satan to some people. He's going to send you. So some of you are going through just because of this reason right here, right? Now watch this. It says, so that his flocks and herds can, okay, verse 11. But now stretch out your hand. This is the Lord, and strike everything he has. Now, let me cut this down. This is very important. Very important. Some of you are so selfish because if you don't do this, then other people that's connected to you will be affected by your disobedience. God won't punish you. He punished those that connects to you, that you supposed to speak to. There's people that you supposed to speak to. There's people that looks up to you. There's people that's watching you. There's people that's looking at your walk. There's people that's monitoring your page. And you, on the other hand, you think you good. You think you fancy. You sitting here with kick feet up, got you a little money or whatever, and you done got off your post. The devil is not even worried about you because you done left your post and you don't forgot that there's other people connected to you. This is so serious right now. Some of you that's even logging in now, you cannot get what you rightfully should have because your connection is connected to somebody else. And for others, your membership is the reason why you ain't getting what you need because they're not speaking on behalf of you. They're speaking on behalf of themselves and what they are over. And since you a member here, you are on your own. Okay? You got to read on your own. You got to ask on your own and you don't know what to do. So you're going to see them Sunday or see them whatever day, Saturday, or see them Monday. And you back out in the world again, getting absolutely nothing, getting beat by life, right? So he says, stretch out your hand and strike everything. Listen, everything, meaning your kids, your cousins, family member, community, anything that got something to do with you. Strike that, right? Watch this. Everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. Curse you. To curse you is to not know that God is in you, that God is to God be the glory. Didn't you hear? Great is he that is in me than is in this world. But you see, when you stop acting like, when you stop connecting and doing what Christ will have you to do, remember, love your neighbor like you love yourself, right? Remember, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, right? And lean not to your own understanding. Just trust that God will do what he said he will do for you. Believe that if you had the business, you can have the business, you can handle the business. Believe if you meet a respectable person, it's not what they gonna give you, it's what you gonna give to whoever that just met you. At the end of the day, you gotta put your stake in the ground. They gotta put their stake in the ground, and then they start communicating just like that. Christ is a relationship. It is not an evaluation of somebody else. Christ did not come to evaluate everything. I'm going to use my discernment. You can't discern that you don't have Christ with you. That's why you want the discernment. Membership put you in the direction of discernment, and it should have put you in the direction of relationship. Why? Because if you got to discern something, did not Christ say the battle is not yours, it's the Lord? Then why are you discerning something so you can fight the battle? When Christ told you that I'm the one that's going to fight on your behalf, that the battle is not yours, but it's the Lord's, then how did you step in? And for some of you, you have no representation, no relationship, and you are by yourself, and you think you saved, but you're really not saved. You're not saved at all, okay? Let me show you. I'm going to prove it. Here it comes. So, verse 12, 112, Job. The Lord said to Satan, very well then. Ain't that something? The Lord, very well then. The Lord said to Satan, very well then. Everything she has is in your power. There go your relationships. There go your money. There go your job and the things you depend on. It's in the hands of Satan. Who gave him this power? The Lord. Why? Because you do not have the Lord with you. Job, he had to come into the Lord's presence, and he was working with the Lord. But the Lord was talking to angels. Remember, angels came into the room. Satan came in. Satan, wait a minute, you ain't one of the angels now. Remember I said the angels going to come down, the army of angels? Who you think the army of angels are? That's us. We are the army of angels, okay? That the Lord has assigned to do this work. That's why we're here. No, you might not get the date like you used to. No, you can't have that little picnic that you thought you was going to have. No, you can't be dumb and stupid. You asked for this. You wanted him. He's here now. So at the end of the day, game is over. It's time for us to start over, and it's time for us to get it right. And once you get it, start getting it going, then he'll start rewarding you. Watch this. Everything you have is in his power, but the man, but the woman himself. Stop. Do you hear? The man himself? Do you hear? Himself? Herself? The word is called self. Self-manifestation, self-realization, self-discovery, self-recovery. You cannot touch self. For some of you, I know I'm working on myself. I will be your first name. Working on myself will be the spirit. And you do not understand what myself is. Myself is the self-love. Myself is the self-awareness, the self-recovery, the self-love. That's called self. And you don't have that because we ignored that because no one told us that until you arrive right here. So listen to that. And then Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. You got that? I'll leave you there. Now we got to get on to the real stuff. Go to James. So I wanted to let you see that in your relationship, you have to understand there's a difference between relationship and understand workmanship, right? So now I'm asking that you would journey over to James 2, because I want to show you what workmanship looked like, right? Look at verse 8, right? Now here's your membership. Verse 8. If you really keep the royal law found in scripture, love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing right. That's a royal law. Why is it royal? Because of the King of Kings, right? The King of Kings. That's who you want the relationship with. But verse 10 says, for whoever keeps the whole law and yet stumble at just one part is guilty of breaking all of it. That's your membership, okay? Now, scroll down. Verse 17. Okay, verse 17. In the same way, faith by itself is not occupied by actions, right? In the same way, faith by itself, if it's not occupied by action, is dead. You, listen to this. Let me show you how we cross things up. We had actions, right, in the world. Literally was doing stuff. When you decided to get involved, when you decided to start your own business, drug business, whatever business, you had actions at the very beginning. And your faith was more solid for what you was doing. It's not even funny. You just did not have discipline and self-control. For some of us, we was greedy. We wanted more and more and more. And with that greed, that's when they was placed in jail. That's when they got caught. For some of us, you end up wanting more and more, and a situation occurred, and that's what got you pregnant and things as such, right? But your actions in your faith was working, right? For some of us that messed up in life, you have actions, but when you went to try to go get faith in who? Faith in God. So you put God in the building. So I'm going to show you what happened. But someone would say, you have faith, I have deeds. Your faith is connected to your work. Anything that you do, you have to work it. It's set up for you. Some of us, we don't put no energy in anything, and that's what makes up your life. Your life is made up of your choices and decisions. That's what creates your circumstances. Anything you do not have is only because you have not desired to have it. You have lost your way. You have went blind to the things that you actually can have, right? You're looking for money in order to make a decision when you really to make a decision and the money comes and finds you. You don't sit here and get money and then live. You live and then the money shows up. Who brings it? Christ brings it. But we have it in the reverse. It's just like women. When you go window shopping, when you go see some shoes or you go see something, all you need to do is put your eyes on it. But the work is when you went to go look for it. Like when you want a dress or you want something, you go look for it, try it on, take it off, put it back. Some people put it layaway, and you go get the financial to come back and make the purchase. For some of you, when you participate in something, it should involve your life first. It should be beneficial for you. You cannot keep going around looking for things to sit yourself in, and you don't bring anything. You have to come bearing fruits and gifts. Remember when Jesus was born, right? As a little kid, he was born, right? Guess who brought him gold and things, right? Kings, they brought him gifts as a baby. Some of you have the baby Christ in you, okay? And people will bring things to you, but you have to bring things to people because you are participating. We are as one. We are in connection. You are being evaluated. I'm closing this thing out right now, heavy and strong. Listen to verse 18. But someone will say, you have faith, I have deeds. Listen to this. Show me your faith without deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I'll show you my faith by my deeds. What am I saying? I'm saying some people are just talkers. You talking about God. You're talking about your church. You're talking about your pastor. You talking about everything else, and you don't have nothing to show for you. You don't have a relationship. You don't have a companionship. You don't have a personal connection. You don't have a trusted friend. You don't have a trusted source. You don't have somebody you can call for some wisdom or advice. You don't have nobody in your life that you can call and say, hey, listen, I'm trying to start a business. What should I do? You don't have nothing. No deeds at all. No deeds. Deeds is like a deed to a house, a deed to a car, which would be a title, right? That means ownership. Your title to your car proves you the owner. But your contract to the car proves that you rented the car from Enterprise or Hertz, and in your rental, you got some cash back points because you are a Gold Star member. And since you're going to always be a renter and you always renting, everything you renting, you do not own. Everything you do, you don't own it. You only renting. You're renting your way through life because you don't have ownership, which is the deeds to the title, the deeds to say what I say. Because some of you, your work should speak for you, but you so stuck on your past. And your past is over. Your past is out of gas. Your past did not work. You're not even with them no more. And yet, everything you don't have now is based on your ex. Everything you don't have now is because of your stumble and your fall. And in that stumble and in that fall that you keep replaying, that's what sent you to get a membership in the first place. You're not being bound to a church by the pastor or anybody. You being bound to the church by your own understanding and your own thinking. This is your rude awakening right now. And I'm hoping I'm rubbing you the wrong way just so you can see what actually brought you down this road. And now Christ will have to buy you out of what it is you was in to give you ownership again. Is to have to be reinstated to make your choice, reinstated to be over your house and not have to come to a house, okay, to make sure that you govern your affairs before you sit here start worrying about the in-house affairs of everything that's going on out in the world. But nobody knows that your kids don't have no money. Nobody knows that you're a single parent. Nobody knows that you got to send them to school, pay for daycare, barely have no money, take care of your mama, take care of your cousin, your sister kid, help somebody else out. But you would rather give your money in the wrong direction. But your nephew needs to go to school to get CDL license. You could be doing more work in your community of your own establishment, but yet you out here playing whatever you playing under your membership. Do you hear me? Playing. It says, verse 18, but someone says, your faith, you have faith. You do have faith, but you have no deeds. You have faith. Faith in what though? You have faith in everybody but you. And that's why ain't nothing affecting you. That's why nothing birthed in your life that consists of you. You got it? Listen to this. Verse 19. You believe that there is one God. You got that? We only want one God. Listen to this. Good. That's what it say. Good. Even the demons believe that. Okay? This is what the Bible says. It says, you foolish person. This the Bible saying this. It says you. Why is it saying you? Because I'm a teacher and I'm telling you it's talking to you. Because when it was talking to me, I said, you calling me a fool? And I said, you absolutely right. I am so stupid because I just didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. That's what I told God. God, look, you don't know what you don't know. He said, then you teach him. So today, let me just teach y'all about this. You foolish person, do you want evidence that faith without deeds is useless? Was not our father Abraham considered righteous for what he did when he offered his son Isaac on the altar? You see that his faith and his actions was working together. Your faith and your action should be working together. Your faith in somebody else, but no actions is not there, then you will not have a relationship. You will not have nothing. Your faith plus your action should be working together. Okay? That it comes together. Listen to this. And it says, you see, his actions were working together and his faith was made complete by what he did. Your faith should be linked to your actions, and that makes it complete based on what you do. You shouldn't be chasing anything, but you shouldn't be chasing anything at this point. You're right. Right? So it says, all the scripture was fulfilled. Listen to that. Cut this off. It said his actions were working together and his faith was made complete by what he did. And all the scriptures was fulfilled that says Abraham believed God and it was credited to him as righteous. This is how we become righteous. This is how some of us that thought we had what we thought we had, we really don't have. Let me close out. We thought we had what we thought we had, we really don't have. And I'm only here to bring that down. Remember, I'm a self-empowerment coach, right? I'm not here to preach. I'm here to teach. It's a little different. Some of us, we don't want to be taught. We just want to do what we have always done. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's going to be people in your life that they need to be taught. And when they need to be taught, what are you going to teach them? What are you going to give them? What are you going to show them? Rena D, what's going on? Right? Miss Richardson, Tony, Catherine, peace and blessings. You know, this little Facebook thing be going out. So YouTube, I appreciate you guys because YouTube never goes out. But Facebook, like right now, it's been reconnected. So I just been sitting here. Rena, what's happening? Man, I'm doing the best I can, working this thing out. Sharon on deck. And I think, okay, YouTube back online. Hey, y'all, welcome back. Listen, I'm closing out, but I need y'all to know as a self-empowerment coach, this is just something different for those that's chosen to be different. This is not a follow the flow. This ain't no everybody thing. This is a motivation. Motivate yourself, inspire yourself, empower yourself. If anybody gonna do it, if you start doing it for you, God will send the spirit to work with you and in you, and it will be off the chain, right? You will go to levels that you've never been. You will go to heights that you've never been. You know, it was amazing. I was laughing at myself, right? I thought about something Joe Osteen said. It says, if you say Jesus come into my heart, and you believe that he was the Father, the Son's Father sent him and he died for your sin, right? And you say, come into my heart, right? It says, a lot of the pastors will say, if you said that, we believe you got saved. Go join a faith-based church, we'll call you and sing you the one. But something that I caught inside of that I just didn't sit right with me, right? It says, we believe that you got saved. Question is, do you believe you got saved? You see, we believe you got saved because you said what? What they told you to say. But you didn't know nothing about what you was saying. It's like, close your eyes and say these words. Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. And then Candyman shows up, like, oh! And he kills you. Come on, y'all. Let's be clear. We believe. That's where it messed up at, right there. We believe. We didn't come in here for somebody else to believe. If it was that simple about your life would be in a whole nother place, okay? Some of you need help, but people thought you was doing good. Like me. People see me all dressed up. They see me, seem like you're doing good. Seem like you got it all together. As if I don't have no struggles. As if I don't need God. I need God every day. Things can turn every day. I got highs and lows, okay? I'm trying to make something happen. Did you ever think that good is the enemy to great? Don't you know your next day or your next opportunity is better than the last opportunity? Come on, we're supposed to go from glory to glory, higher and higher. Why do we have to be stuck? Everybody got an opinion about somebody else. You hear me? This is when it gets personal now. It ain't no we believe. Today, your question is, what do you believe? If your eyes gonna open up right now, because he said, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard the plan I got for you. Who was that? That was the Lord. Why was he the Lord? Because he needed to let you understand that he wasn't with you, boo, when you thought he was with you. You was by yourself. You was on your own. When you make your choices, when you make them decisions, when you was out there hustling, when you was out there scheming, when you was out there dating, when you was out there self-sabotaging yourself, trying to get in a man's life and roll with him and be with this person and be with that person, you sit here and misaligned yourself right now. You didn't screw them, you screwed you. Yeah, they might have screwed you in one area, but you got screwed in a major way. Do you want to return yourself back right now? Come on now. The only thing that can save you if your eyes open up, if your ears open up, if your mouth can open up, if you can talk now and you can speak and say the things you need to say, then the church will rejoice. Then the church will rejoice. Then the angels in heaven will recognize and they'll start throwing a party on whose behalf? On your behalf. Why? Because I once was blind, but now I see. Come on now. I'm going to another level with you or without you. At the end of the day, all I care is where I'm at right now. I'll shoot you over to something else real quick. If I can sneak it in, I'll try to sneak it in. Listen to this. Matthews. Whoa. Ephesians 6:1. Let's put on the full armor of God. Why did he tell you to put on the full armor? He told you to put on the full armor because it's going to be a war. It's going to be a battle. That means you got to go to work. You got to put on the full armor. It's in Ephesians 6:11. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand. Take your stand against who? Anybody that tries to rise up against you. Take your stand for anything that's trying to hinder you or hold you. You don't have to be mad. You don't have to be upset. But you do have to be wise. You do have to be aware. At the end of the day, everybody that's speaking ain't speaking on your behalf. Everybody that's speaking is not speaking to you. They didn't say your name. They didn't say your last name. But today, you better say your own name. This ain't no who I'm talking to. This is, listen, you talking to me. This is who I am now. Today, I am my life coach. That's what put the Lord with you. That's what gives you your ownership. That's what links you to a relationship. That's what gives you communication, sets you up for a transformation, put you in kingdomship. Now you got workmanship. You got work to do now. Finally, I tell you, be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. And his mighty power. Not be strong in your membership. I go to some I've been there for 15 years. That's my cousin, my sister is married to his brother. All that my daddy used to be. Ain't nobody on this earth gonna save you from this wrath that's about to hit you if you don't get your butt over to ownership. Do you hear me? I don't care who you know. All right. I got people on this feed. Their dad was the teacher. I call him my mentor of the Jehovah's Witness. I studied with the Muslims. You hear me? Righteous people. Okay. So when I come to get you, I'm only giving you something that might help someone else that's connected to you. I can't tell you what to do. Okay. But what I can tell you is I'm going to the top. And it'd be nice to take some people with me. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I know where I'm going. Okay. Remember, I told you this. Put on the full armor of God so you can take your stand. I got 3 minutes. So you can take your stand against the devil's scheme. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers. You hear that? That's a battle. Some of you, who's the ruler? You don't know, right? But you're going to sit here every day. Girl, you'll be having somebody tell you, girl, you got to put your armor on. Like, armor on. Like, what that mean? Right? What that mean? David, they told David to put an armor on. He's like, look, that ain't the armor there. Okay? The armor is common sense. If I'm going to win this war, I'm going to have to do it myself. What is the war on? The war is on, I need to get what I need. I'm done trying to figure out what everybody else needs. I got to go for what I need. But I need to lead first in what I'm doing. I cannot sit here and watch somebody else do what they do and think that's for me. That is not for me. That is for the next person that will be here that will settle for this alpo. Sweetheart, you don't have enough in you to sit here and accommodate my presence. I'm sorry, but I have to disconnect this little feed, okay? That's how that works. For our battle, right? Listen to this. It's against the powers of this dark world, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. There you go. Y'all see that? All this stuff. Watch this. Therefore, put on the full armor of God. So when the day of evil comes, oh, it's coming. You may be. Y'all see Jesus? Y'all see the Lord? Remember, I told you at the beginning, the Lord sent the devil. That's evil. Go test them out. Go see if they are serving. They're doing all this little talking, dating. They got all their little money back, a little loan, all that. They got money now. Got the little stuff done up. Ooh, you fine. You fine. The devil is being dispatched by the Lord. Why? Because it's called the storm of life. The storm of life is the wake-up call to get you back to God. Okay? Jesus is married to the backslider, the one that keeps going backwards. So at some point, he the one that walks you the alternate route and takes you in, so you can now get you some grace. You can now get you some prosperity. You can now see what that protection of peace feel like, right? You can see that, right? Now, for some of you, I'm going to pray a prayer that I ain't never prayed before, but we going to get that, put on that full armor, take your stand, right? The day of evil is coming. Come on, Sonia. Maybe take your stand, hold your ground, and after you have done everything to stand, what it say do? It say stand firm then. The belt of truth around your waist, the breastplate of righteousness in place, because that's why you're hard now, you're righteous now, and your feet fitted, readiness to go into peace. Listen to this, verse 18, and pray in the spirit on all occasions, on all kinds of prayers and requests. Prayer and requests? You mean tell me we can request some stuff? With this in mind, be alert and always, be alert and always, and be alert. Y'all get that? Be alert, meaning you better know what you need. You better know what you in this for. You better make sure that when you show up, you showing up for what you need. If you're going to put something on it, you're going to have to start speaking on behalf of yourself at this point. Come on, God. Let's roll. He said, and always keep praying for all the Lord's people. That's the ones that don't have membership. That's the ones that has ownership with relationship. You better pray for them, because the ones in membership do not belong to the Lord. So I'm going to pray. Pray also for me that whenever AJ speak, the wildfire, the King Slayer, Adonis, come on, y'all, of motivation and inspiration, self-empowerment. You don't think I ain't no self-empowerment coach? You better think again. I'm going to self-empower myself right out of here. Words may be given to me so that I will be fearless, make known the mystery, there you go right there, of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains. Pray that I declare fiercely as I should. Father God, we need to close this thing out, and we want to close it out with you because we love you. We recognize that our relationship with you has been tarnished. It has been compromised due to membership, due to partnership with the wrong ones. We need a new connection right now. Disconnect all connections. You said, God, that when Moses brought them through the wilderness, come on, y'all, let's go. When Moses brought them through the wilderness, he said, pick out a spy to go spy out the promised land. You are the spy today. You the one that's going over without your church. You the one that's going over without your family, without your friends, without your community. Don't you know Kirk Franklin? He was a spy. He went out, the little band. What happened to the family? They still left singing. I used to sing with Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin done left the family. Do you hear me? He's all around the world. Yolanda Adams, she was there with the family. She was doing her little thing. Guess what? She got called, and she went all around the world. They still left. Even R. Kelly had a public announcement, people. And what happened? What happened to the public announcement? Right? He went out on his own. Now he got to deal with life on his own. But guess what? He the one that made Trade in My Life. He the one that made all them songs. Come on, y'all. Let's not sit here and be judgmental at this point. What am I saying to you? You are the one that has to go out and spy out the promised land. Okay? This is when you leave your comfortability. This is when you walk out. Remember, he let 99 stay over here. And he went after the one. The one is the one that crossed over. He didn't get 12 spies from one family. He didn't get 12 spies from one tribe. He took one from there. He took one Davis. He took one Johnson. He took one Brown. He took whatever your name is. He took one Williams. He took one Rogers, right? Who else on this thing? He took one. I ain't got that many people on here. Okay. He took one Porter. He took one Blair, right? He took one. And he said, y'all going to go over into a new land, a new place, okay? Here's a new place, and you're going to have an inner concept. You can't get over here putting your oil on everything. You can't get over here. Jesus said, this ain't my time. Cut that foolishness out. I need you to get your image together. I need you to get your closet together. Get your walk together. Get your coins together. Get your finance together. You're going to need to cut out the people that can't handle you going into another area because they trying to hold you. And what happened? When they crossed over to the promised land, we wasn't there. We don't know how long they was there. We don't know how long they was there. Okay? I'm done. They crossed over to the promised land. That means they was in the land of milk and honey. They was in the land of where God told them to be. Was everybody else with them? No. Was your family with you? No. Was your baby daddy or baby mama with you? No. None of them people was with them. They crossed over. We finna have a crossover season right now. Now I'm gonna tell you something. When you get over here in this new side, in this new life you finna get, you better not forget what you see, okay? Let's be clear. When you get on this promise side, into this newness, I am my life coach. You cannot get caught in pride, okay? Because there's a storm that will come and knock that wig back to the other side, okay? Will pop you back on the other side, okay? You can't let your ego run it, okay? You got a couple thousands in the bank, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. That is not a lot of money, okay? That stuff will be gone like bye-bye, okay? You have an inheritance. Your inheritance is where God told you to be. He said the land you live in will make you fruitful. The land, that means when you get over here, opportunities will come and find you. I don't care what business you is. I got friends that's trying to open up businesses over here, and they're trying to do stuff over here for who? For black people. Somebody said on me on one of my feeds, you got hood people following, you must deal with a lot of hood women. I said, hood women? No. This was a guy. I deal with poor mentalities, okay? And I told him, and you are one of them. Because at the end of the day, I know why I was sent over here. But now that I'm over here, can I at least get the ones I'm supposed to take over here? Because I am my life coach is what brings you over here. The whole deal is once you get over here, you will inspire somebody else to start following you. It didn't have to be just 12 spies. If you saw somebody doing something different, then you would have did something different too, especially if it's working. You would have started your own business. If it works for them, then it's got to work for me. Come on now. They saw them cross over, man. Look, I'm going over here too. Forget what they talking about. You understand what I'm saying? I'm walking over too, and it's about time you cross yourself over. Let's go, y'all. So at the end of the day, I appreciate everybody for logging in. Let me just close us out, God. You know you did this for us today. You know we need to be in this promised land. Father God, you already made the soil. We already got the seed. The seed is called faith right now. But with this seed, we need you to provide the storm that's going to birth this seed. We recognize it has to break. So some of us been broken already. It has to change forms, and some of us done changed forms already. We done went from a wife to an ex-wife. Some of us done got a divorce. Some of us sitting in another position. Some of us is by ourselves. Some of us was a daughter, and our mother was called home. Our father was called home. And right now we standing here looking, wondering, what do? We talk to you right now. We talk to you because you're listening right now. You're listening to our hearts. You're listening to our breathing. You're listening to our lungs. You're listening to the words that's coming out of our mouths. You're listening to our thoughts right now. You're listening to our walk right now. You're looking at our hands, and you bless the hands, but we ain't worked on nothing yet. But we're grateful that we're crossing over into a land that anything we put down will grow. It will be fruitful, and it'll be fruitful for any and everybody that links on to us. It's through that connection right there. We love the neighbor like we love ourselves. because we recognize that we coming in on a connection. We coming in on a plug. We coming in on a plug and a connection. Come on now. This ain't our own doing. We ain't got to slave ourselves for this one. We don't have to prostitute ourselves. Even Rahab got her butt over here in the promised land, and she didn't have to sleep with nobody. Come on now. She walked just because of the obedience, just because she was ready, just because she believed. Everybody believed. Today we believe. Our presence shows we believe. The position we in right now shows we believe. We believe that we can do all things through you, Christ, because you are Christ. You were sent by the Most High to help who? To help the lost. And today you restored our vision. Today you restored our eyesight. Today you allowed us to speak. Today you allowed us to hear. And for that right there, we give you glory. For that right there, we give you honor. And for that right there, we give you praise. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. That's my time. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Man, ignorance lose today. Knowledge wins today. Every little step you take, he will be there. Every little step you take. Whoa. Come on, y'all. We got to walk. Let's move to the next station. Let's move to the next place. Let's get to the next destination. Thank y'all for working with me as I work with you. I am my life coach. That is ownership. That gives you relationship. That puts you up for communication. That gives you the transformation. And now you in the kingdom of God. That is the promised land. He promised you that you can do all things. It's about time you start doing something. But if you still want to wear that sign called out of order, if you still want to wear that sign called need work, I know I'm working on myself. Let's just put the sign on. You need work. You're not capable of being in a relationship with anybody until you find the body that Christ needs to be in before you connect to anybody else. Peace and blessings, y'all. Thank y'all. Oh, man. Wait. Oh, the hand's rusty. Peace out.